Hey, what's up, good people? As you can see, I'm still traveling and trading. Hey, we got a few things that we want to share with you. But right now, I am in Houston, Texas. Houston, tonight is your night. Houston, listen, Houston, tonight we're going to meet up at 1220 Blalock Road. That's Suite 300, Houston, Texas, tonight. Okay, tonight. So just look at the date that's posted in time. That's posted. It is a building that looks like an office building. So make sure that you come. Grab you a snack on your way. And we had a lot of fun last night in Dallas. Okay, so we hit Atlanta, we hit the ATL, we hit Phoenix, we hit LA, we hit Dallas. Tonight is Houston, and tomorrow is Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale, look at this time, date, and location. Now, in Fort Lauderdale, that will be Friday evening. There will be food and drinks, okay? There will be food and drinks in Fort Lauderdale, and there's a parking garage right down the street. I believe it's across the street, okay? So for Fort Lauderdale, you do have cheap parking there, okay? All right, we wanted to get that in the way. Let's talk about a few things that's happening in the market. All right, so let's see what's going on here. All right, let's look at where the indices are. As we could see, another day that the Dow is, at the time of filming this, 30 minutes before closing bell, we see that the Dow is up only about 60 points. S&P is down. NASDAQ is down almost a full percent. And as we can see, the S&P is down also, right? So I want to talk about two stories today. One is a humongous company called Apple, the most cash-rich company in the world, I believe, let alone the United States, okay? And so Apple is getting hit today. And why is Apple getting hit today, right? Let's go to this document and see why Apple is getting hit today. Look at this. Apple was falling again Thursday, which is today, as China ban on iPhone use for government officials hit investors' sentiment, right? China banned the use of iPhones for central government office officials at work, according to the news reports on Wednesday. Apple shares were tumbling for the second consecutive day on Thursday, or 7.1% over that period, right? This was the stock worst 2-day stretch since the 2 days ending in November 3rd, 2022, according to the Dow Jones market. All right, so that's what's happening with Apple. It's tanking because of China, all right? And you may say, big deal, it's China. Well, 19% of Apple's sales come from China. 19%. That's a huge chunk out of such a large company. China has their own phone manufacturer. I believe it has something to do with Huawei, and so they got crushed by Apple. And of course, in true China fashion, these regulations come at the opportune time. You guys know that September is when Apple released their new phones, but Apple has had slow phone sales even a few years leading up to the recession. So it didn't just slow down. Actually, there's 4 years leading up to not the recession, but COVID. 4 years leading up until COVID, Apple's sales were already slowing down year over year, right? But COVID actually boosted, it gave it a boost because everybody had to buy more Apple devices via phones, iPads, MacBook Pros, because their houses were now their workplaces. Everybody was working from home. So that gave Apple a boost. But now Apple is cooling off, right? Let's take a quick look at Apple. Now, this is not bad news for someone like me. This is good news for someone like me because I look for opportunities, especially in a month like today. So year to date, Apple is still up 42%. But as you can see here, over the last 5 days, Apple has been going down. But if you look at Apple still, if you go out a year, look at Apple. If you go out 5 years, look at Apple. If you go out max, look at Apple. I mean, it's such a big company, and of course, because of this news, it's filling it, right? And then some people are saying, "Well, look at the PE." I'll just tell you, Apple is a great company. I will take this, me personally, anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. I just look at Apple, and this month being traditionally the worst month for trading, even if there's nothing going on psychologically, it'll be prophecy fulfilling itself because we keep saying it's the worst month and then people hold back, which I suggest you do and not blow your accounts up. And so I look for opportunity because this could be a buying opportunity, especially this month, if you believe that the end of this year is going to end up higher. Let me know if you think that this year, in spite of what's going down, and I believe we're going to have more red days than green days this entire month. So just get ready. We're just into this month. We're not halfway through this month yet. There's a lot of red coming in this month. So that's why I'm not actively trading day by day, because I'm waiting. I keep seeing it stair step down. And then I'm looking at companies like Apple and Tesla. Leave me a comment if you think that this year will close higher. Okay? So now let's look at Tesla. Let's look at what's happening with Tesla. All right. Tesla strikes charging deal with Hilton. All right. Honda to join supercharging network. Right. So they're talking about adding an additional 20,000 charging stations through the Hilton hotel chain. Now, it's a plus for Hilton because people that do a search on Hilton, the number one search through Hilton is charging stations, right? So if you're a Hilton Rewards members, a lot of these people drive Teslas. So they want to see if they could charge their cars while they're staying. Tesla is picking up the bill for these 20,000 charging stations, but we were talking in last night to a young lady that was asking about ChargePoint, and I was just telling her last night that as far as charging stations, Tesla took over number one. Remember, everything was ChargePoint, ChargePoint, ChargePoint until Tesla struck this deal with GM and Ford, and now even Hilton. So is the largest charging station, really always have been. But as far as independent charging stations outside of Tesla, ChargePoint had the biggest charging station network in North America. But Tesla is just trying to shut it all down. Now, ChargePoint, we can talk about that at a later date. It keeps getting beat down, but it could be in a range where we can just start to just buy a little bit. Though I do believe, and I really truly believe, that ChargePoint will get bought out by a bigger company. All right. And so be careful not to overload on ChargePoint. But today I wanted to shine a light on Tesla with these charging stations. It's a short-term news story that will have long-term impacts. Okay. So let's go to Tesla. It's the same deal, right? Let's look at year to date. Still up 132%, almost 133% year to date, right? Last 5 days, this looks just like the Apple chart. Look at that, good people. But if you look at it over the last 5 years, look at that, good people. 1,335%, you might as well say. But even year to date, Tesla is still up 132%, and could end this year even higher. So I want to ask you guys, do you think that the end of this year, the Dow, the S&P, do you think that this market will end up higher even though we're having a cool off this month or lower. Leave me a comment on that, right? And lastly, good people, I want you guys to take advantage of Stock Up You. It is the top link below. Come and learn and earn. Stop losing money and start making money, but you need the proper tools, okay? And then also too, don't forget your 16 free stock with Moo. All right, let's get that deposit in and let's start making some money. I know I've been talking about starting a portfolio with Moo, but I want to make sure that the stock are in a range, which I believe we're really close, and we're going to make a portfolio on on mining companies. That's going to be the first portfolio we're going to start with Moo. All right, so I'm going to play this commercial at the end. Make sure you write these dates down. Listen, Houston, we will see you tonight, Houston, and then tomorrow, Friday, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We will see you then also, all right? Live, love, laugh, and learn.